Hi everyone, I hope you all are great. And today we'll look into one more altcoin project that can be on our watch list. It is on my watch list, and hence I'm sharing this with you. I was keeping an eye on this project since last 3-4 months, and I was observing, did all the research that I wanted to, and I think this can be one interesting play. That's why I'm sharing this with all of you. The project is Pendle, and liquid staking finance or LSD5 is one sub trend that I think will catch good narrative in the upcoming bull market. And Pendle, in my opinion, is one of the strongest protocols in this narrative, that is LSD5. And it's a very interesting project. You can have a look at it, pendle.finance. I won't go much into the technicalities of it, but it is basically uh, it's tokenizing your yield or tokenizing your staking. And there are different ways you can have a passive yield income via Pendle. So go into the website and you will come to know it's not that difficult to understand what they want to do. And I think you will get the gist of it by visiting the website. Uh, Again, we are interested basically to accumulate some projects that can give us very good returns in the upcoming bull market. And from that perspective, I think Pendle is something that if we get a good entry, it should be on our radar because it's fundamentally a very good project. And if we look at the performance of Pendle this year, this has been one of the most amazing performers in 2023. You could see this amazing bull market, bull run it had since January. From 0.04 it went all the way to $1.7. That's amazing, crazy return. And so this shows that whenever we see a good impulse, this has a strong potential. It did 3700% in this year alone, and it's come down heavily from there. And it's approaching our first macro SR zone or weekly zone, which is at around 42 cents. And we can expect some reaction from here. 42 cents, it can go back to retest the current zone at 60 cents, and then after a huge fall it will find some support here. So something like this, it consolidates, it comes back, retests this, rejects, goes down higher, lower. Again, this was a previous support, will come down to retest, whether it creates an accumulation here or it goes all the way down. I don't know. That depends on what kind of macro scenario we get. But in short, keep an eye on Pendle. And whenever it starts macro accumulating again like this, that is the zone, whichever price it does, that is the zone where we can get ourselves a good back of Pendle, as it can provide a good upside in the next bull run. Okay. So this was a small TA of Pendle, just looking at the chart. If we look at the overall progress of the project, it's currently at around $58.74 million market cap. Again, I'm not telling you to buy right now, neither am I buying, because this is not the chart that you want to buy. You want to buy something that's consolidating, okay, and that's not in the impulse. So let it correct, whether it finds support here, here, we don't know, but let it correct and let it form a good support on the weekly time frame again, and then we can dive into it. That's my strategy again. This is not a financial advice. You can do as you want. So the market cap is $58 million approx. Its all-time high was at around 2.45, all-time low was at around 0.034, so at around 3 cents, and a fully diluted market cap of $156 million. So a lot of Pendle tokens are yet to come out. So we will get an opportunity, in my opinion, to get in lower. I think anywhere at around $10 or $20 million market cap can be a good buy for Pendle. Let's see, it's at 58, so even 50% correction from here, it's at 59 cents. 50% correction will bring it to around 30 cents. Yes. So anything at around 20 cents, and if we get something below near 10.5, that'll be great buy, in my opinion. It's very simple. Its all-time high is at $2.4, 2.45. Even if it goes to a new all-time high, let's say 100% above the previous all-time high, so around $4 or $5 region, it can do in the parabolic bull market whenever we get in 2024, 2025. So $5 Pendle is not impossible task or an unreasonable ask. Even a $4 Pendle, if you imagine over here, and if you can get something below 20 cents, then I think that's a great 20x return. And again, we can always in the impulse, we can always, when it starts the macro impulse, it will correct. We can always add on to our bags and ultimately sell near the top. So any coin that has a potential of doing 20x, you can eventually get a 30-40x return by buying low, selling high, because impulse will go in. Macro impulse will also give you 2 to 3 opportunities just like this. You can see first impulse, it corrected. Second impulse was the major impulse, and then it was down. So at least 1 or 2 corrections you get, and in a proper bull market, you might get even 3 corrections. So let's consider, even if we get 1 proper correction, we can at least double our bags, or we can 1.5x our bags and get 30 to 40x returns. So I don't know at what price we get to accumulate. Keep an eye on it. Personally, below 20 cents or in this zone, let's say, let's think about the worst case scenario where we see some macro pullbacks in the stock market and we get some great buying opportunities. I think even this zone is good for me. But if we get to buy in this zone, then it's an amazing buying opportunity in terms of Pendle, because this is a promising project. So whether to buy or not is upon you. Even I am not sure whether I'll buy or not. It all depends on the kind of entry that we get. But this is a project that is on my radar, and that's why I thought of sharing this with all of you. Thank you very much, and we'll come back in next video.